What is going on, everybody? Jamie Shaw here on the Absolute Basketball Experience. Today, we're doing something a little bit new here. We're going with highlight video as well as an interview of a prospect, 6'9", 2021 Bryson Spell of Cape Henry Collegiate in Virginia Beach, Virginia. We really feel like Bryson is right on the cusp of something blowing up pretty big here. He's already picked up offers, Cincinnati, Virginia Tech, Richmond, all along those lines. He's got about 6 of them right now. And things keep coming. He comes from an athletic family. And when you watch this film, when you watch the video, when you listen to him speak and all that stuff encompassing, we really feel like the fact that his star is on the rise and all that kind of stuff. Very excited for you guys to listen. Very excited for you guys to watch and learn and as Bryson continues to grow. But with that being said, before we get into it, I ask that you go ahead and please subscribe to this channel. If you would, please go ahead and give the thumbs up, the like to this video, and leave in the comment section below your favorite player in Virginia high school basketball right now, your favorite high school basketball player in the state of Virginia right now. Go ahead, subscribe, go ahead, like, let us know in the comments below your favorite player in Virginia high school basketball as well. And if you enjoy what's being said here, please feel free to go ahead and share this video across your social media platforms as well. Very appreciative of all that. But without further ado, here is 6'9", 2021 Bryson Spell on the Absolute Basketball Experience with Jamie Shaw. Thank you guys very much. What is going on, everybody? Jamie Shaw here on the Absolute Basketball Experience. Very excited to have 2021 prospect Bryson Spell on the show with us today. Bryson, how are things going?
Great. Going well here in the 7-5.
Good deal, man. So, we're all in quarantine right now, and all we can do is sit down and watch TV and all that kind of stuff. Got to know, you binge watched anything lately on Netflix, and is it worth it?
I'm a big Ozark guy. My dad got me hooked on Ozark, but between that, I had to stop watching Tiger King when that was a big thing, just because it was just so wild. But yeah, Ozark for sure. I like the action and the story. It's pretty cool. I've been enjoying it.
Good deal. So I've definitely watched Tiger King all the way through. You said you didn't finish it all the way through?
I mean, I got like to the 3rd episode, and I was like, gee, this dude is nuts. Like it just kept getting more wild, but yeah, I had to turn it off eventually.
And I tell you, for all 10 episodes, it didn't slow down at all. It just kept getting wild. You're just pulling your hair like, what is going on?
Yeah, for sure.
But everybody's recommended Ozark. They say it's incredible.
Yeah.
So
it's great. I love Jason Bateman. They got a lot of good actors in there. The storylines, I've been hooked on it ever since season 1. So
I have to check that out. So your first offer, Cincinnati, came in September of 2019. That's a big offer. What was your mindset like when you actually got that call and heard that news?
Well, for me, I got the offer when I was on the visit. That was my first visit I took. Period. Like for that, I think it was probably the summer of going into my junior year, probably fall, like mid-fall. But it was incredible. I mean, the feeling, just having the idea that one, you get college paid for, you get to play at a pretty awesome school like Cincinnati. That being your first offer. The coaching staff's been awesome. I love Coach Brandon. I mean, they're just great people up there. But I think the feeling itself was relieving, kind of, just because I've been such a hard worker, and I was really just wanting to have an offer where I can say, hey, I can go play basketball at a school under scholarship and just compete at the next level. And that was just a huge moment for me. And then I think I just used that as motivation just to try to get more, and then just get more recognition for how I play, and eventually just have all the possibility in the world to go wherever I want to play basketball by the time this is over.
Man, so your first visit, you get an offer. I bet you're just sitting there thinking like, man, this is great. This is easy.
It was they definitely pulled out the red carpet for me and my family too. It was right when the hurricane kind of came up the East Coast. So
Mhm.
we went over there, and it was a little escape, but it was awesome. Cincinnati is a great city.
So you've kind of been bigger your whole life, 6'7" listed as a freshman, 6'8" as a sophomore. Now you're listed at 6'9" your junior year and stuff.
Yep.
How has your body kind of adapted to growing, so early and kind of being big and then kind of growing into itself?
That's a very funny story in itself, just because I grew up and I was like Bambi, just basically tripping over my own feet. I couldn't walk and chew gum at the same time. I was not an athletic kid whatsoever, but I always had the mindset that I was going to be the best teammate. And I'm always going to be the hardest worker on the floor at all times. That carried over, and then I worked really hard on my athleticism. I worked really hard on my body, and I still am. But yeah, I think everything just kind of came full circle. I'd say probably right before the summer going into my junior year, where I was just like I was shooting the ball. I was at a high level. I was able to attack, and I was able to jump really well, and I still am. And there's always stuff I just got to keep working on. It's been a great journey for sure, especially being that guy that would come off the bench on my AAU team, might not even play more than like 3 minutes, but it's been an awesome journey for sure.
So have you been able to get in the gym at all during quarantine?
I have. It's been a pretty awesome experience in itself. I So my coach Mark Hall, his
Mhm.
son Devin, uh, is in town, and
Mhm.
my grandma leads a choir at a church here in Virginia Beach, and they have a gym in the back. So I was usually working out by myself until I heard Devin was in town. I was like, hey, you can come work out with me, and yeah, we've been working out for every day for the past 3 months, taking Sundays off, and I've learned so much. And on top of that, I have an awesome weight room at my house. I put on about 8 pounds just since probably mid-April,
Mhm.
and eating the house out, and it's been awesome for sure.
So you've been working out. Obviously, Devin's, right there, kind of on the cusp of being a pro, signing pro contracts and stuff, NBA seasons and all that type of stuff.
Yep.
What have you taken away from him? Because he's got a unique skill set in himself too, with some size and skill and all that type of stuff and all that.
Yeah.
What have you taken away from him when it comes to both skill set and work ethic?
Uh, So two things is one that the NBA is really full of role players. Like there's a very low percentage that you're just going to be that max contract guy that the team just going to be like, hey, take all the shots, because it's you got to find ways to get on the floor. And Devins has prided himself on, one, being able to shoot the ball really well,
Mm-hmm.
and then two, being a lockdown on ball defender, and also being really intelligent with concepts and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But really the one thing that I've been like the most proud of myself during these workouts is we play one on one pretty much every day,
Mm-hmm.
and from every month in progress, like he's giving me pointers on like how to guard guys in transition, how to guard guys face up, how to guard guys coming off ball screens or staggered screens or whatnot. But I think learning the defensive concepts is the biggest thing for my development too. Just being able to guard multiple positions and try to be that like 3-and-D type guy that
Mm-hmm.
the NBA is always in search of. And even talking about like the money side of things in the NBA, just like the how two ways work, how
Mm-hmm.
10-day contracts work, how all that, like it's crazy. And he's a great person too, and he's been willing to work with me ever since we kind of just hit it off, really, and it's been awesome.
So you've now got 5 offers after Cincinnati. You had Old Dominion, Elon, George Washington, and Virginia Tech came through. What
Mhm.
schools would you say are recruiting you the hardest right now?
I say, yeah, definitely Virginia Tech, Elon, Richmond also offered me. I know that might not be on the list, but uh, in Cincinnati for sure, and they've all been in contact with me the most. I've it started to ramp up just since quarantine. Some teams, Georgia Tech, Pittsburgh, UVA's been in contact with me for past a couple of years now, and they've kind of just been watching from a distance, just watching my progression, and all those schools are fantastic. And I really enjoy every single program because they're all just guys that are really invested into my success and just trying to be advocates for me. Um, and yeah, I'm really excited for how this journey is going to turn out.
So obviously the recruiting's kind of at a different place right now during quarantine. You can't go on visits and they can't come see
Yeah.
you play live and stuff. There's a lot of, a lot of phone calls, a lot of FaceTimes and Zoom calls and whatnot. How has the process been for you? Kind of, because it is still kind of in its infancy for you too. So you're still kind of
Mhm.
learning the ropes and everything with it. How has it kind of been for you? And what does a normal day look like on the recruiting front?
So when I heard everything was going to go down, like kind of quarantine, and we weren't going to be able to have much of an AAU season, I was just really proactive in trying to get game film out to coaches. Like that was my biggest thing. I made a little highlight tape, um, put hey, contact me at this number if you want full game film. A lot of coaches actually ask for full game film, and yeah, I think between that and then just really staying like letting guys like Boo Williams and Team Loaded for a while, they're helping me out with my recruitment, and really just like taking calls daily and staying proactive with the coaches, even though they can't come see me, and I'm really anxious to go try to see them at their schools.
Yeah.
But yeah, and just really staying in the gym because I know when all this stuff breaks, the guys that are going to be the most prepared are going to be the guys that are most impressive in front of these coaches. So
And there's kind of, you mentioned there's obviously schools that have offered, schools that haven't offered, all that type of stuff. What is the hesitation? What's the pause do you feel like for these schools who have not offered yet?
I think I think definitely on my side, it's being able to defend multiple positions because my skill set is I'm able to shoot the ball. I'm kind of consider myself like a wing player more than a post type player. So the biggest thing is like if you want to be that wing type player, you got to be able to guard that your same position on the floor. So that's something I've been working tremendously hard at, and I know that's something that'll be crucial to schools for me to get on the floor too. So I think that's definitely one. Um, Along another one, probably physicality,
Mm-hmm.
being able just to go in and throw some elbows maybe and try to finish at the rim. Yeah, those are probably two that have really been points of emphasis to working out.
So if you feel like they have those question marks about your stuff, what are your answers to those? I mean, what do you say to those coaches, who might question that about you?
Uh, I mean, I can do it. Like I'm
Yeah.
that I'm totally capable of doing whatever you ask me. I can play the. I think right now, I'm especially working on my ball handling with Devin and whatnot for the past 4 months now. I can play anywhere from a 3 through 5, and bring the ball to the floor if you need me. Guard a guy in the post. Um, yeah, and for a school that might not know who I am. I'm always going to be the guy that's going to be the hardest working guy in the gym, and
Mm-hmm.
that's something I really pride myself on. I'm a gym rat, and I love being in the gym and just enhancing my game because the journey from being a kid that came off the bench and barely got any playing time to a kid that's 6'9" and highly recruited at this point it's been fun to watch, but I'm nowhere close where I need to be yet.
Mm-hmm.
So
So let's dive in a little bit deeper on that too, a little more specific, I guess, is you are 6'9" and you
mm,
can play the 3 through the 5 and all that kind of stuff. So you have a pretty unique type of skill set.
for sure.
How would you describe your game, and who have you heard possibly that you play like, compared to?
I love watching Jason Tatum play. I like watching Jason Tatum play in high school. I like to still watch him play with the Celtics. He's a lot more offensively talented, and that's definitely the place where I need to be. But I think body build at our same age was very similar.
Mm-hmm.
At like tall, lanky. It was like high basketball IQ. But the mid post is definitely somewhere I like love. That's a go-to spot, and that's somewhere that he's really good at too. And even when he's at Duke and he's with the Celtics now. But yeah, I watched tons of game film on him. I mean, I love watching game film on anybody from Kobe to Shaq to literally anybody of like all through, just because so many guys are so good at different stuff, and you just can pick up on so many little things. But I think, yeah, definitely Jason Tatum and his skill set.
And then kind of looking back toward the recruiting side of things, as you're going through these Zoom calls and tours and all that kind of stuff, have you kind of figured out what you're looking for in a program that you want to spend your next 4 years at?
Yeah, definitely a school where they want to develop you. They don't want to, it doesn't want to be a school where you're going to be over recruited. Like a school that's definitely going to be like, hey, you might not be ready to go your freshman year. Of course, everybody wants to play the freshman year, but um, like we're gonna transform you into the player that's capable of going to play and get drafted and play in the NBA. So and help us win ball games. So that definitely a school that prides himself on being an advocate for my success,
Mhm.
and especially seeing me develop into the player that I'm about to become instead of the player I am right now and just relying on him. So
And then do you have a kind of a time frame as to when you're going to look to start narrowing things down and all that type of stuff?
it's been crazy just because I've wanted to get on campuses and whatnot, but I think definitely probably the fall of this
Mhm.
year, probably between September, October, November ish. Yeah, that's definitely my time frame, and hopefully I can get back to everyone can get back to playing ball here soon. So
That's the hope. And then who all is helping you with the process?
definitely my family. My dad played basketball at Elon.
Mhm.
He's very basketball savvy, loves the game, and my whole family is always I'm full. My mom's side is actually I have a cousin that plays football at Michigan State. The other one played at South Carolina. Both their sisters played professional soccer.
Oh,
So
wow.
full of athletes, period, and they're all just been huge help through this process. And I just a pretty small circle. I got my trainer, Lance Hurdle, Coach Hall, and it's definitely probably just relying on them three, really.
So I have to ask, well, two questions come from that. How old were you when you first beat your dad in one-on-one? And how big
uh,
of a deal was that?
that was huge because so he tore his ACL playing in like a church league, and I
Uh-huh.
was like, "Dad, gummit, I'm never gonna be able to play him in his prime now." So I beat him when maybe sixth or seventh grade,
Hmm.
and then I didn't actually become a better shooter than him till I'd say maybe 2 years ago. Like he's always been able to shoot the lights out, but
Yeah.
that was huge for me just because you always want to beat your dad and be better than your dad, and just have something to be one up against him. So yeah, that was a big moment for me.
And with all those crazy athletes in your family and stuff, what's the touch football situation at Thanksgiving and stuff? How competitive does all the family reunions get?
So my cousin, the one that played at South Carolina, he's a free agent in the NFL right now. He's at least 6'6", or no, sorry, 6'8", like 320, and
Whew.
I don't want to mess with him. He could eat me. And then the other one at Michigan State, he's like 6'6", 250. He plays defensive end. He's super
Wow.
athletic, but yeah, I mean, I don't want to mess around with them. I'm just trying to outrun them pretty much. That's about it. I'm not trying to make any contact.
Hey, man, no, that's awesome. So obviously this summer they're talking about now getting back to playing and all that type of stuff. And what are you looking forward to most about the possibility of getting back to playing during this AAU season?
I think really being an ultimate competitor. I mean, everyone watched The Last Dance, and I really just hearing some of the stuff Michael Jordan said, I was like, that's where that's where I need to handle myself in practice. That's how I need to handle myself in games. That's how I need to do this. But just because he's the best to ever do it, period. And um, I've been super anxious. I like even trying to incorporate some of that stuff when I play one on one with Devin when we work
Mhm.
out, and I can't. I really can't wait. Like for any, I'll just try to dunk on people to
Yeah.
just try to be that super ultimate winner.
Mhm.
And I really can't wait. Seriously.
And then last up and all that stuff, what are your goals that you're setting for next season?
For me, I'm trying to be trying to go in at 225, play at a playing weight of 220. I just think that would be crucial for me and just having kids bounce off of me, and finishing at the rim. And also, I think just keeping my shooting like very confident, along with ball handling and bringing the ball to the floor,
Hmm.
because that's something I think I'm really good at is in transition. Because 6'9" transition, especially the guy that can pull up, is pretty hard to guard.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I definitely my body's been my biggest point of emphasis for sure. I'm taking like 4 protein shakes a day, eating close to 4,500 calories a day.
Hmm.
Um, and yeah, my body's definitely my biggest point of emphasis.
That's good. Anything that you want to leave anybody with? Any Bryson Spell fans or any college coaches that are listening, or anybody out there? Anything you want to leave them with?
Uh, just know me as the hardest worker in the gym. That's all I can ask for, and my recruitment is definitely wide open for anyone that wants to contact me.
Awesome. Guys, thank y'all very much for tuning in. I appreciate y'all being able to listen here to what Bryson had to say and everything. For Bryson Spell, I'm Jamie Shaw on the Absolute Basketball Experience. We'll see you next time.